Welcome back to SB Nation. I am Dan Rubenstein, joined by SB Nation's own Bomani Jones. Syracuse just scraped by UNC Asheville. What were your immediate takeaways? What do we know now about Syracuse?
Well, we know already, zone is for cowards. And that you tried out their team where you should have every individual matchup in the first half. You saw that Asheville killed them. All of a sudden it was 8 for 18 at 1 point for 3-point range. That's what happens when you play zone against guys you don't have to play zone against. And then we got to the second half, and well, if we're going to be frank, the lane violation, there's the nuances of the rule. The out-of-bounds call is the single worst call I've ever seen.
That was kind of egregious. And so is the zone the single biggest Achilles, you think, going forward, now that they have Kansas State, I believe, in the second round? Does that sound right?
Well, it's an extension of the zone. It's the rebounding issue. They don't rebound defensively, and you're asking a lot of any team to win in the tournament that's extending possessions. You know, like, okay, well, we missed a shot. Well, now we get a chance to make another one. How are you supposed to be good teams? And don't get me wrong, it's debatable whether Kansas State is actually a good team. But UNC Asheville, man, they just about took them there.
And aside from that zone sort of exposing a weakness of Syracuse, where do you think they can improve on perhaps offensively?
Well, I guess the biggest thing, and it's difficult to say after a game like that, when you play against a team where nobody's taller than me and you, basically, it's hard to say offensively what exactly it is they can do. Of course, they have to be sharper, and that's an issue, in fairness, that you see with number 1 seeds all the time, playing against those number 16. But Kansas State, one thing about them is they're going to play hard and they're going to be intense. So, separate from anything technical, are they really going to be able to match that intensity? Look, they've been through a lot in the course of this season, Syracuse has. If they were to be, hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying they are, but if they were to be out of gas by now, I don't think that you could chastise that team too harshly for that, given the Bernie Fine thing we've forgotten about. But that's a lot of guys that had nothing to do with it, and they had to deal with that. Boeheim had to deal with that. Melo in, then Melo out. I mean, that's a lot for one team that honestly doesn't have a single great player.
That is, of course, Bomani Jones. I'm Dan Rubenstein. Keep checking back to subscribe for more.